Welcome to Supermarket Simulator. As described by one reviewer, I'm working here harder than in my real life. 11 out of 10. But also a game where you can name your store, rip you off, and scam your customers. Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Pixelated Quest and today we'll be playing Supermarket Simulator and figure it out if it's worth playing. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel or leaving a like or a comment. In Supermarket Simulator, you get to run your own supermarket from the ground up. It's a chill first-person game where you're in control of everything, from how the store looks to where products go. You set up the layout, organize shelves, and make sure customers have a smooth shopping experience. You'll order stock, unpack boxes, and put items in the right places, whether it's shelves, fridges, or freezers. It's a fun way to see what it's like to manage a supermarket. The developers describe the game as: run your supermarket, stock shelves, set prices as you'd like, take payments, hire staff, expand and design your store. Online orders and delivery, shoplifters, security, local market are upcoming. Now we will look at the game's stats and overall performance before jumping into the gameplay. At the time of this recording, there are currently 3,931 players in the game, with a 24-hour peak of 8,145 concurrent players and with an all-time player peak of a little over 51,000 concurrent players in the game on March 11, 2024. Which is a bit odd, as the game was released almost a month before this day, and this is not typical as most games peak on release day, but it is a good indication that people playing the game were hyped about it. With an overall review score of 93% out of 50,885 total reviews being positive, making the game rated as very positive on Steam. Special announcement: as you all know by now, I've been giving away Steam keys to random subscribers for a while now. At the end of each video, I announce 5 random winners who receive random game keys. To join the giveaway, just subscribe or stay subscribed to the channel. Now back to the game, and with about 30 hours already played, I'm more than prepared to scam my customers and create an unsustainable business environment. Now, the first thing in this game that is somewhat problematic to me is the save game system, or moreover, the lack of it. You see, in Supermarket Simulator you cannot save several instances of the game. No, you have one single save slot, and if you ever want to just mess around in the game, you cannot simply start up a new game, no, because that will delete any existing save game. Once the game loads, we are in front of our store. Right now we cannot change the name of it yet, but we will unlock this a bit later. The first thing we should do is to order some items that we can sell, stock the shelves that are already placed in the store, price the items, and open the shop. So that's just what I'll do first. Most of the things we can do from this computer. But the absolute first thing that you will likely have to do in this game is to get a loan, since you only have $50 of starting money and the grind without a loan is quite something, let me tell you. So a quick loan of $750 will cover our costs of items that we initially need. Now with $800 in our pocket, we order some items. Before we start placing the items on shelves, we need to set prices for each item groups. Here you can go a bit over the market price, but not really by a lot, because the customers will complain and not end up buying items, as I discovered for myself later in the game. Once you place your order, the items are immediately delivered to your doorstep in front of the shop. Note that you cannot order items past 9 PM. The stocking mechanic is very smooth and easy to understand. Basically, you just pick up a box with items, go to a shelf, click the mouse to open the box and just hold the left mouse button and the items will simply fly on the shelves like I'm doing here. Now, with all items on display shelves, I can open the store and hopefully lure some unsuspecting customers in. The computer in the store can be used for ordering items, pricing and taking out a loan, but you can also use the computer to customize your shop, hire employees, expand your shop, purchase a storage space, purchase product licenses. This way you can diversify your offer in the store and last but not least, pay your bills. Now we have our first customer. These will pay you either with cash, like this customer is doing here, in which case you need to return the correct amount of change. Here you can scam the customer, but not by a lot. The most I was able to scam a customer was for a whopping 5 cents per customer. This is my second customer, and in an ideal world I would need to return 52 cents to him, but I'll try to give him 50 instead. And this works, but what happens is, if you scam any customers, you get a minus 5 points on your reputation. Like I did here, but in order to expand your store, you need to have a well-maintained reputation, so scamming customers needs to be balanced. The other payment method that the customers will use are credit cards. In this case, it is impossible to scam them. Trust me, it does not work. You can't even charge them less than they are owed, which is weird. Hence, you need to enter the correct amount. Back here we have a door, where it just says locked. This door will later become a passageway to your storage, which will be located in the neighboring building, that is, if you choose to buy it. I am always stunned by the NPC models in such games. Some of them look like they just escaped an insane asylum, or had a personal session with death itself. Just look at this prime selection of individuals looking right into your soul. Creepy is not nearly the word I'm looking for right now, but let's move on. Another customer, another potential scam. So in this case I should return her 1 cent, but I won't. And here is what happens. That was only 1 cent, lady, is the only thought I have right now. Back to the game. After each day we get a little breakdown of sales and stuff. I always find the row called short change amusing. I feel like I can improve. The second day rolls around and we are introduced to bills and how they work. Now this is a mechanic that the developers implemented well, I think. Instead of overwhelming the player with all sorts of information on day one, they introduce mechanics and events such as this one every now and then, making the player feel like he is progressing and not being overwhelmed by different systems and mechanics that the game is offering. So now we have bills, we pay them by using the computer. For now, I'll focus on our objectives, which is right now performing 25 checkouts. Once we have that done, we get our next objective, which is purchasing a product license, which will allow us to add new items to our store. There is a huge selection of licenses, each unlocking different items here, but you can only unlock them sporadically, meaning you can't skip a license, therefore we have to purchase the first one available here for $200. But keep in mind that customers will want to buy all of the items from the license you have purchased, even if you don't have them in the store. In such cases, they will say something like this lady who was looking for eggs. With that done, we are now tasked with purchasing a new section for our store, which means expanding it. What the hell is the MIB agent doing in my store? Since my shelves are getting kinda empty, I had to reorder some of the items and restock them. Now, with enough money to expand the store, I head to the computer and purchase the section 2. As you can see, there are a ton of expansions for the store you can purchase, but this is a bit of a bottleneck challenge to get to section 23, which costs $160,000. So the grind is real in this game if you want to open a Walmart-sized store. The next objective is naming the store, but we will come to that in a minute. First, I need to buy a refrigerator and do some shelf relocating. This is a very easy to use mechanic in the game. Just hold the left mouse button to pick up and again click the mouse button to place it back down. Then I quickly go and place the items that are part of the product license that I purchased before and are not yet in the store, since I only now purchased a refrigerator and these need to be in the refrigerator, so I do this now. I almost forgot to price the new items. We'll sell them at a bit upscale price. In the case where you want to charge a lot more than a market price suggests for an item, you will get broke boys. Like this one, saying that the bottled water is too expensive. The next day rolls around and I get to name my store. I choose to give my customers a subtle hint of what awaits them inside. Is the hint too subtle? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Before I finish this video, I wanted to do another experiment in the game. What happens if you give your customers a larger amount of change that you were supposed to?
A few moments later.
Nothing. That's what happens. They just take the money and pretend like nothing happened. I hope to get a slight reputation boost at least. I owe this guy $4.02. I gave him back a sweet $10 bill instead. I even looked at him twice, trying to signal to him, look bro, this is happening. Yeah, but no, just took the money and left. Great, so I guess I'll just go and fuck myself then. At this point I decided to explore the city a bit, but the shadows of these trees started to act all willy-nilly on me. So I was left with no other option but to throw myself in front of a taxi to end this game. But the game was not done with me yet. Not even the Grim Reaper wanted my presence around him, so the taxi decided to just gently push my ass around the block. Supermarket Simulator is a fun game to pass the time, and it certainly ticks off all of the OCD boxes if you ask me, but could do with some improvements I think. Starting with the save game logic, which is limited only to the active game. Characters that look worse than my great-grandmother who's buried 6 feet under, and the complete inability to meaningfully scam customers. Which, by the way, I'm not the only person that feels this way. This review reads: Dear Dev Team, please allow me to commit small fraud. I wanna steal 1 cent to 10 cents off customers. Some deserve it for staying too long and buying only 2 things. Thank you. Now for some reviews. If you ever want the experience of a customer standing in front of an out-of-stock item, pacing there until you refill it, this is the game for you. I try to carry every item available, but Jim says my cheese price is too high. Well, I'm sorry, my cheese prices at my store is too expensive for your cardboard wallet. Love giving people $26.70 in pennies. Highly recommend. I work 40 hours a week in a supermarket, only to get back home and start all over again. Great game. So, should you play Supermarket Simulator? Do you like scamming customers out of spare change, restocking shelves while Jim complains about the prices of cheese, and managing a store where NPCs look like they've escaped from a zombie movie? If so, Supermarket Simulator might just be the retail therapy you've been looking for. In the words of one reviewer of Supermarket Simulator, what do you mean you don't find eggs? I just restocked them, they're right behind you. Congratulations to the winners of this giveaway, listed here. Send me an email to claim your Steam key. If you also want to participate in the next giveaway, which will be in the next video I release, simply subscribe to my channel. I will be picking 5 random subscribers with each video releasing. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, please consider subscribing to my channel and leaving a like or a comment. This would help me make more such videos and grow my channel. Have a wonderful day.